Sometimes, life feels like an endless uphill climb. You try, you fail, you try again, and it still doesn't work. You start to wonder, maybe this just isn't for me. But before you give up, I want to tell you a story of a man who came this close to quitting, and what happened next changed his life forever. So if you've ever felt tired, lost, or ready to walk away, stay with me till the end, because this story might be exactly what you need to hear today. There was once a young man named David. He wasn't special. He wasn't rich. He was just ordinary. But he had a dream to become an artist. Ever since he was a boy, he loved drawing. Sketching faces, sunsets, and little moments that others didn't even notice. His friends laughed at him. His parents told him, "Art won't feed you." But David didn't listen. He believed that if he worked hard enough, one day the world would see what he saw. So he worked at a small cafe during the day and spent nights drawing in his tiny rented room, the kind with cracked walls and a flickering bulb. Every morning, he'd carry his sketchbook to art studios, hoping someone would notice him. But no one did. Some didn't even open his portfolio. Others said politely, "Your work isn't what we're looking for." Weeks passed, months passed, and rejection became a daily routine. After 2 years, David was exhausted. He was behind on rent. His shoes had holes. He'd skipped dinner so many nights that hunger no longer bothered him. One evening, as rain poured outside his little room, he sat staring at his sketches, all the drawings he had made over the years. Each one felt like a silent question. Was all this worth it? He whispered to himself, "Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm just not good enough." He tore one of his sketches in half, then another, until the floor was full of broken dreams, pieces of paper soaked in tears. He decided he would quit art forever. Tomorrow, he'd go find a real job, something stable, something safe. That night, he packed away his pencils. But before he went to bed, something strange happened. He found one last sketch lying on the floor, a drawing of a little boy standing in the rain, holding an umbrella that was too small to cover him. Underneath, David had written a line months ago. "Even the smallest umbrella can still protect you if you don't stop holding it." He looked at that line for a long time. Then he smiled weakly and said, "Maybe just one more try." The next morning, David took that one drawing, just that one, and walked to a small art fair happening in the city. He wasn't expecting much. He just wanted to show it. One last time. The fair was crowded. Dozens of artists. Hundreds of paintings. David quietly placed his drawing on a corner table and stood behind it, watching people pass by. Hours went by. No one stopped. And then, an elderly woman with kind eyes paused. She looked at the sketch closely. She smiled and said softly, "This reminds me of my childhood." She bought it. Not for much, just $20. But for David, that moment was worth $1 million. Someone finally saw what he saw. That small sale gave him a spark. He started drawing again, this time not to impress anyone, but to express himself. He shared his sketches online little by little. One of them went viral, the same umbrella drawing that almost ended up in the trash. Within months, his art was being featured in galleries. Within years, he opened his own studio and became known for his heartfelt sketches that spoke to the struggles of ordinary people. Years later, in an interview, a journalist asked David, "Was there ever a time you wanted to quit?" He laughed softly and said, "Almost every day. But I realized, it's not the dream that fails us. It's our patience." He continued, "People give up not because they can't do it, but because they expect results too soon. Success is quiet at first. It doesn't clap for you. It watches to see if you're serious." David's story reminds us of something powerful. Most people quit right before the miracle happens. They stop digging, just inches away from gold. They stop believing, just when life is about to change. So the next time you feel like quitting, when nothing seems to work, when you feel invisible, when your effort feels useless, remember David's story. Remember that tiny umbrella. And remember this, you only fail when you stop showing up. Because maybe just one more try is all it takes. So, my friend, whatever your dream is, don't give up yet. Not today. Not when you've come this far. Hold that umbrella. Keep walking through the rain. Because one day, you'll look back and say, I'm glad I didn't quit. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who might be struggling today. Because sometimes, one story can stop someone from giving up.